Hey everybody, we are on week 2 of social distancing, which means that our kids are at home and we are working from home. And so there's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of things that are happening that is a little bit beyond our control. Um, and so, just today, I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that you can do in order for you to be able to successfully get your child to follow your instructions. I know one of the things that I slip on as I get more, more and more into this new routine of social distancing and being at home and be homeschooling as well as working from home is the way that I deliver instructions. And the way that I deliver instructions is very important. If there's a lot of research that shows that if you present instructions in a certain way, the likelihood of your child following those instructions are a lot better. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about that. One of the first things that I want to talk about is with that is to get your child's attention, right? Oftentimes we're in the kitchen and your child is in their bedroom playing, and we're yelling across the room in order to get that instruction across, and in the hopes that they'll follow it. And that's not necessarily a good way to present those instructions. So instead, you want to get their attention. You can get their attention by calling their name first and seeing if they respond to your name. If you are in a closer proximity, that also increases the likelihood that your child will follow instructions. So take that time, if you have, to make your way into the child's bedroom to present that instruction that you want. Hey, dinner is ready, it's time to go eat, and so going to them and presenting that instruction is more likely to get that child to follow your instructions than just yelling it across the home. um, the other thing that you want to also do is to try to get their eye contact. This kind of goes hand in hand with gaining your child's attention and presenting the instruction. So get their eye contact. If they're busy playing their tablet or playing something on their computer or playing with a toy, make them look at you. For example, for my son, I'll say, Kieran, look at me, and then present the instruction. And they're more likely, again, to follow that instruction if that's presented initially. The next thing that we always have um, trouble with is presenting instructions as statements rather than questions. You want to make sure that you're saying, Kieran, I need you to pick up the books, rather than saying, can you please pick up your books? Because if you present it as a statement, then the answer of a no is completely appropriate. While we don't want to hear it, it is an appropriate response to the question that we asked. So instead of asking the question, present an instruction. And you don't have to be rude about it, or you don't, there's no reason for your voice to be raised at that point. You just want to present it in a way that it is a fact, a statement, rather than a choice at this point. The other thing that you also want to make sure that you are doing is present. Vary your instruction based on your child's age, right? Like, so you don't want to present a 3-step instruction for a child who is 2 or 3 years old. They may not be able to follow that. So you want to base your, just present simple 1-step instructions for your younger kiddos, and then more complex instructions as you move forward. The other thing that you also want to make sure is that you are presenting concrete instructions. And so rather than, I need you to pick that up. A lot of the times when the child is not paying attention to you, they don't know what that is, and they don't know what they need to do with that item once they pick it up. So instead, what you want to do is give them the instruction, I need you to put that book back on the bookshelf. And so something like that is a little bit more concrete for them to be able to follow than just a generic instruction that you present. So and then the last thing that you want to also do is praise. reinforce that instruction. And a lot of the times, your attention is reinforcing enough for your child. And so if you say, Kieran, I really liked the way you picked up that book after mommy told you to do it the first time you told me, or that I told you. And so when you do that, that is reinforcing enough for the child. You can see a big smile on their face, and they're excited about it. So make sure that you do that. The other thing that you want to also do, and this is really hard and difficult for most parents, is to wait once you present the instruction for your child to follow that instruction. Oftentimes, we get into this pattern of come to dinner, come to dinner. I need you to come to dinner, and we don't give the child the benefit of the doubt that they're about to follow that instruction. So give them about a 5 to 8 second period or a window before you represent your instruction. Okay, and so I think that will also increase the likelihood of that independence for that child, and also decrease essentially the nagging that you have to do in order to get your child to follow that instruction. So again, key things, those are all of the tips for instruction following. The key things of that are, make sure that you get their attention with whether by calling their name or their eye contact, being in close proximity to them when you're presenting instructions as directives rather than as a question. You want to make sure your instructions are concrete and simple enough for your child to understand. And then one of the last things is waiting once you present the instruction for your child to follow through with that instruction. And the last thing, obviously, is to praise when your child does follow through with that instruction. So if you have any questions about instruction delivery, please post comments, and we'll be able to follow up with you. I hope that helps you get into a better instructional routine with your child at home.